Another helpful archetype or image symbol that comes to my mind when I think about what is a spiritual director is they are something of a midwife. They are there to help us in a time of transition when we know that the old way is going to come to some sort of a stop and a new life is going to happen. And sometimes we need someone near us who has gone through some life transitions to be able to sit with us and be like, okay, I've been through this and I know what the transformation process looks like. And spiritual direction is fascinating because it's definitely about direction. It's about, all right, what angle do we need to go at? Boom. And then let you go on your way. A spiritual director is not there to necessarily do the journey for you, but to try to make sure that you're figuring out what is the next right step for you as you head towards a new kind of life. And that's why the imagery of a midwife is really helpful, because a midwife is there to help you through the process of a new life coming through. And let's be honest, sometimes letting go of an old way of life and then stepping into a new way of life can be terrifying because we know the old rules, but we don't necessarily know the new rules that are going to be happening moving forward. And so, in some ways, a spiritual director is something like a midwife. And I would probably say that in times of my own life when I was going through transitions, I met up with a good number of mentors and even friends who maybe didn't know that in the moment they were fulfilling that role of being a spiritual director with and for me as I was going through the death of an old way of life and being born into a new way of life. And sometimes that transition time, it's not overnight, and sometimes it can take months between the old way of life passing away and the new way coming along. So that would be another way that I understand the role of a spiritual director. Check out the rest of the series.